and announce the order. The order of operation here is going to be Pat, because by definition she comes in first, and because if I don't let her sing first, she beats me. Then Bob Winkler and Twyla, Jerry, Murray, Kathleen, Lonnie, Mike Reeves, Bob and Susan Gelb, and Al Parton. And that having been said, it's time to do the first song, which is going to be Pat.
As soon as I take a drink.
She's busy pouring liquids at the moment, but
Okay. We're going to sing Danny's song.
by Kenny Loggins. People smile and tell me I'm the lucky one.
And we've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son.
He will be like she and me,
as free as a dove, conceived in love. Sun is gonna shine above. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love.
In the morning when I rise, you bring a clear joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. Seems as though a month ago I was made of cotton, never got high. Oh, I was a sorry guy. Now I smile a face the glow that shares my name. Now I'm through with the game. Boy, you'll never be the same. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, you bring tear joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. Pisces Virgo rising is a very good sign. Strong and kind, and the little boy is mine. Now I see a family where there once was none. Now we've just begun. Yeah, we're gonna fly to the sun. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will be a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, you bring a clear joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. Love the girl who holds the world in a paper cup. Drink it up. Love her and he'll bring you love. If you find she helps your mind, better take her home. Don't you live alone. Try to learn what love is all. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, you appear joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright.
Love that song.
I just,
Mr. Winkler.
Mr. Winkler, huh? And Twyla. Okay, well, my story is I went down to the senior center, uh, at my wife's suggestion, and an invitation to participate in the choir they're putting together there. And I met Troila here and invited her over to see if she likes doing this. So I hope you guys are receptive.
Uh,
So I'm going to reprise this.
Could you increase the volume on your mic or point it towards your mouth a little closer, please?
Increase the volume. Well, okay, I can do that.
It's on your voice, so it's the microphone.
How's that?
It's better.
Okay, master volume is up. You may live to regret it. So I'm going to reprise this song by the Fray. This time with some help. Can always use the help. Two is better than one. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know that I am here. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know. When darkness comes upon you and covers you with fear and shame, be still and know that I'm with you, and I will say your name. If terror falls upon your bed and sleep no longer comes, remember all the words I said. Be still and know. And when you go through the valley and shadow comes down from the hill, if morning never comes to be still, be still, be still. If you forget the way to go and lose where you come from, if no one is standing beside you, be still and know I am. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know I am. Again by the Fray.
And Bob, since there's two of you, you of course get a second song. I hope you prepared enough.
We are deciding to go with one for this first time at each opportunity.
We just met Thursday, so
Well, you did a really good job considering you just met. Okay, in that case, it's Jerry's turn.
Okay. Well, I've got to see how long I can hang around. I got to go to the synagogue to do another service, yet another service, Simchat Torah service with the kids, and that will, and as of tomorrow, it'll be over. Hell month will be over. It'll be done. Here's something for you to sing along with. You know this tune. This tune actually was written It was composed by a known composer, Ada Habersham, and music by Charles Gabriel back in 1907. It was composed as a hymn, a Protestant hymn, and it was recorded unattributed repeatedly, and eventually lapsed into the public domain. Its authorship was claimed by A.P. Carter, who claimed authorship of just about everything. he was the earlier incarnation of Bob Dylan, and but you know the tune, and it's a very popular flat picking tune. So you get to play a little bit of that style. Let's see. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to take my mother away. Here's your part. Will the circle be unbroken by and by? Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told the undertaker, please drive slow for that body that you're holding, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Pick it. Followed close behind her, I had to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in her grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home, my home was lonesome since my mother, she had gone. All my brothers, sisters crying, what a home so sad and alone. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Now here's where the traditions crossed. The black tradition, black gospel tradition, and the white gospel tradition. Because there was a black version of this too, and it went like this. Glory, glory, hallelujah, when I lay my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, when I lay my burden down. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I feel better, so much better, since I laid my burden down. I feel better, so much better, oh, since I lay my burden down. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Well, that was fun.
Thank you, Jerry. And now to go to Brooklyn and Murray.
Yeah, okay. It's a matter of deja vu all over again. Because remember last week I said that Bob and Susan were singing a song that I sang a week before, which was from Oklahoma. And I had sung a couple. Well, this song that Jerry just did, I did also about 2 weeks ago, I think, or 3 weeks. And I don't know, he wasn't here at the time that I sang it, but, or maybe he was, I don't know. But the introduction that he gave was almost word for word like mine was. And the only thing that was different, that I didn't include those black verses from the black tradition. But it's getting to be like, I'm hearing the same songs that I sang just a week ago or 2 weeks ago at the most from other people.
That's kind of what folk music is.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. All right, now I'm going to sing one that was sung many times by many people, including me. And it's by Ian Tyson from, we know from Ian and Sylvia, but he long ago broke up with his wife, Sylvia, and he did a lot of songs on his own. And aside from being a cowboy up in Canada. But this was, I think, his first song, or maybe the first one that really caught on. And that's Four Strong Winds. Okay. Four strong winds that blow lonely, seven seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, weather's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I can go to working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. Four strong winds that blow lonely, seven seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are going good, you could meet me if I sent you down the fair. And by then it would be winter, ain't too much for you to do. And those winds sure can blow cold away out there. Four strong winds that blow lonely, seven seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. That's it.
Lovely, lovely.
All right, Murray. Kathleen.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, this is a song that I don't know why. I just imagined that I'd heard Susan sing this in the past, but I messaged her and she hadn't, so I'm not sort of taking her song. It's a song I heard by Cindy Callett, but I looked it up and it's written by Robin Williamson in 1966. And he was an Irish singer. And the way he sings it is very different to the way she sings it. But so it's called October Song. I'll sing you this October song. There is no song before it. The words and tune are none of my own, for my joys and sorrows bore it. Beside the sea, the brambly briars, in the still of evening, birds fly out behind the sun, and with their mild believing, the fallen leaves that jewel the ground, they know the art of dying, and leave with joy their glad gold hearts in the scarlet shadows of lying. When hunger calls my footsteps home, the morning follows after, I swim the seas within my mind, and the pine trees laugh green laughter. I used to search for happiness, I used to follow pleasure, but I found a door behind my mind, and that's the greatest treasure. For rulers like to lay down laws, and rebels like to break them, and the poor priests like to walk in chains, and God likes to forsake them. I met a man whose name was Time. He said I must be going, but just how long ago that was, I have no way of knowing. Sometimes I want to murder time, sometimes when my heart's aching, but mostly I just stroll along the path that he is taking.
Good job, Catherine.
Thank you, Kathleen. And now for a trip up into the swamps, it's Lonnie's theme.
Ah, yes, the swamps, a wonderful place. I took something out and fed the gators this morning because they looked a little hungry, and they're all doing fine anyway. So here's a song. I guess that's the general purpose anyway, and you'll know this song.
For just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there 'twas said to lie, the sea route to the Orient, for which so many died, seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered, broken bones, and a long forgotten, lonely cairn of stones. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter I take passage overland, in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where his sea of flowers began, watching cities rise before me and behind me sink again, this tardiest explorer driving hard across the plain. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts and did show a path for me, to race the roaring Fraser to the sea. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. How then am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them I left a settled life, I threw it all away, to seek a Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. And if should be I come again to loved ones left at home, put journals on the mantle, shake the frost out of my bones, making memories of the passage, only memories after all, and hardships there the hardest to recall. Ah, for just one time I would take the Northwest Passage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Good one.
Well, Lonnie, that was great. Also, one of my favorite Stan Rogers songs.
Thank you.
Mike Reeves.
Yeah, right. We're trying to think of some. So there's been echo somewhere. Where we're trying to get some new songs for the Shanty Crew.
Mike, you got muted by accident. You got muted.
How'd that happen?
I
Yeah.
was trying to mute Lonnie, and
Ah,
the buttons moved
okay.
around as I was pushing a button.
Right. Yeah, this is one Ed Trickett used to do, and so I thought it was quite fun. Cape Cod girls don't use no combs, haul away, haul away. Comb their hair with a codfish bone, and we're bound for Australia. Heave away, me bully, bully boys, haul away, haul away. Heave away, and don't you make a noise, we are bound for Australia. Cape Cod cats don't have no tails, haul away, haul away. Lost them all in the southeast gales, and we're bound for Australia. Heave away, me bully, bully boys, haul away, haul away. Heave away, and don't you make a noise, we are bound for Australia. Cape Cod kids don't have no sleds, haul away, haul away. They slide down hills on codfish heads, and we're bound for Australia. Heave away, me bully, bully boys, haul away, haul away. Heave away, and don't you make a noise, we are bound for Australia. Cape Cod ladies don't have no frills, haul away, haul away. Skinny and tight as codfish gills, and we're bound for Australia. Heave away, me bully, bully boys, haul away, haul away. Heave away, and don't you make a noise, we are bound for Australia. Cape Cod folks don't have no ills, haul away, haul away. Cape Cod docks feed 'em codfish pills, and we're bound for Australia. Heave away, me bully, bully boys, haul away, haul away. Heave away, and don't you make a noise, we are bound for Australia. Cape Cod girls.
Bob and Susan.
Here we are. Yeah, I got on the subject of lullabies for some reason. There's somebody reminded me of a Polish lullaby my mother used to sing, Kotki Dwa, which kotki is kittens, little kitties. And my daughter finally admitted all those years she thought that her babchi, her grandmother, was singing about cookies. Cookie. So, anyhow, it made me think about lullabies. Oh, here's probably the simplest one of all. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Mama's gonna buy you a billy goat. If that billy goat don't pull, Mama's gonna buy you a carton bull. If that carton bull turn over, Mama's gonna buy you a dog named Rover. If that dog named Rover don't bark, Mama's gonna buy you a horse and cart. And if that horse and cart fall down, you'll still be the sweetest little kotki in town.
Well, I'm also going to do some songs that I've done before, which can mean anything. We've been doing this for 3 years. So, but anyways, I don't know how long ago, but we came back from our trip from Memphis last week. And I think for the first time that I can remember, I had 5 singing gigs in a row, Monday through Friday, and I have to do an hour singing at each one of them, you know, so, but anyways, I got through it just trying to preserve my voice, which isn't real strong at the moment. So, but anyway, I'm going to do a little song by Leonard Cohen, Song of Bernadette. There was a child named Bernadette. I heard the story long ago. She saw the Queen of Heaven once, kept the vision in her soul. No one believed what she had seen. No one believed what she had heard. That there were sorrows to be healed, and mercy, mercy in this world. So many hearts I find broke like yours and mine, torn by what we've done and can't undo. I just want to hold you. Come on, let me hold you, like Bernadette would do. We've been around, we fall, we fly. We mostly fall, we mostly run. And every now and then we try to mend the damage that we've done. Tonight, I cannot rest. I got this joy inside my breast, to think that I did not forget that child, that song of Bernadette. There was a child named Bernadette. I heard the story long ago. She saw the Queen of Heaven once, and kept the vision in her soul. No one believed what she had seen. No one believed what she had heard. That there were sorrows to be healed, and mercy, mercy in this world. So many hearts I find, just like yours and mine, oh, torn by what we've done, can't undo. I just want to hold you. Come on, let me hold you, like Bernadette would do. I just want to hold you. Come on, let me hold you, like Bernadette would do. Little Leonard Cohen.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Yeah, very nice. Don't know that one.
Bill Pardon, you're up.
Bill, you're not muted, but nothing's coming out. No sound.
Answering.
Now you're muted.
Yeah, now you're muted.
Now you're not muted.
And still no sound.
Still no sound.
Probably best go off and come on again.
Well, in the meantime, well, Bill is leaving and coming back. I'll do one that should make Murray happy because he's never heard it before. Or at least not recently. This is, it's attributed a couple of different ways, as a British vaudeville song, as a British Union song, and also as a song that came from a book of annoying and insulting songs. And so I'm going to do this song. It's called "Their Moving Father's Grave." They're moving father's grave to build a sewer. They're shifting it regardless of expense. They're moving dad's remains to lay down 9-inch drains to irrigate some rich folks' residence. Now what's the use of having a religion if when you're dead you cannot get some peace? So some society trap wants a pipeline to his trap and moves you from your place of rest in peace. Now father in his life was not a quitter. I'm sure he'll not be a quitter now. In his winding sheet, he'll haunt that privy seat. He'll only let them go when he'll allow. Now won't there be some beaten consternation? And won't those city toughs begin to rave? It's no more than they deserve, 'cause they had the bloody nerve to muck about with the British workman's grave.
Nice one, Harvey.
Harvey, you were half right, because you're wrong that I never heard it, but you're right that I didn't hear it recently. Wow, I can't remember, it was so long ago. But I think I heard by an Irish group, maybe the Clancy Brothers singing.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill came back.
You unmuted, Bill.
You're muted now, Bill. No, you're
No,
not.
you're not.
And I still can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you. No. No, sorry.
Hey, we tried.
Can I just say officially that sucks?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're going to say that officially, though, right? Okay. Then, Pat, you're up.
We're up.
We're up. Now, I feel bad that that Bill couldn't play, but
So, this song is Alberta by Eric Clapton.
and don't expect really fancy guitar licks just because Eric did them. Alberta, Alberta, we've been so long. Alberta, Alberta, Where'd you stay last night? Alberta, Alberta, where'd you stay last night? Come home this morning, was the future right? Alberta, girl, you're on my mind. Alberta, Alberta, girl, you're on my mind. Ain't had no loving, such a great long time. Alberta, Alberta, where you been so long? Alberta, Alberta, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving since you've been gone.
And now for Bob and Twyla.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to reprise this song because when I did it not all that long ago, I said it was really a duet, and so now we can duet it.
Duet it.
Do it as a duet
Yeah.
by Dead Man. Please come close, for I long for you to hear the sound that will rid you of your fears in a land where no water can be found, in a place where there is no fertile ground, longing for, yearning not to be forgotten, in an age when the music is forgotten, in an age when the music is forgotten.
And the truth speaks of great and mighty things, teaching us what the peace of heaven brings.
We must give,
We must give to all the others,
those in need,
those in need. Do we fear to call our brothers, reaching out so that we are not forgotten in a time when the music is forgotten, in a time when the music is forgotten.
If we stand on a hill and do not touch, how can we do good? If we wash our hands with all our friends, where can change really come? If we hide our fears and don't draw near, have we really lived? Or always just standing here, hoping there is grace?
not long ago. Visions of a city made of gold, and a sound that I'd never heard before. Such a sound, such a rating to the core. Such a sound that cannot be forgotten. In a time when the music's not 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 forgotten.
Dead man.
Hey.
You guys are still not going to do a second song?
We're sticking with one for now. Thank you.
Okay, in that case, Jerry, you're up.
All right. I kind of got an idea from Murray and his Broadway show tune thing and whatever, but this tune, I've done this before, I think, but who remembers? We're up here in New York. We're experiencing some of the last really nice weather days before everything changes. It's actually beautiful outside, about 68 degrees, I think, and sunny, and I know you folks in Florida just have to put up with that fantastic weather most of the time, but we don't have that luxury here. This tune, you all know this tune. I did a Zoom concert a couple of weeks ago for the Pioneer Valley Folklore Society up in Amherst, Massachusetts, and they had a question and answer period afterwards, and a young woman asked me a question about arranging tunes and how I decide to arrange a particular tune. And one of my comments was that a really good tune can stand almost anything, can bear almost anything. It's very hard to destroy a really nice tune. You can do it. Of course, that's not the objective. But certain things require certain treatment if you are limited in the size of your musical ensemble. When you're limited as much as I am in the size of my musical ensemble, me, right, I have to rethink a tune in order to sustain it. So this tune, this is a George Gershwin tune, and if you've seen Porgy and Bess or you've listened to the score, this is arguably the most well-known tune from that show, which was a meeting in many ways of black and white musical culture and the like. But in order to sustain it, I had to add some rhythm to sort of make it more a jazz type of tune than what it started as. It's been done by others too, so. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Well, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you with your daddy and mammy standing by. It ain't necessarily so. No, no, it ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, they ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, but oh my. David was small, but oh my. He fought big Goliath who lay down and died. David was small, but oh my. Moses was found in a stream. They tell me that Moses was found in a stream. That boy floated on water till old Pharaoh's daughter, she fished him, she says, from that stream. Jonah, he lived in a well. They tell me that Jonah, he lived in a well. He made his home in that fish's abdomen. Jonah, he lived in a well. Listen, Methuselah lived 900 years. Methuselah lived 900 years. But tell me now, who'd call that living when no gal will give in to no man? What's 900 years? It ain't necessarily so, no, 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 it ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible ain't necessarily so. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry.
Thank you, Jerry. Murray.
Yeah. Okay, this is kind of an Appalachian mountain song, and it was written about No, not about. It was written in 1860. We know when it was written and we know who wrote it also. I'm talking about the song Wildwood Flower, which became very famous as a folk type song. And it was written in 1860, music by Joseph Webster and lyrics by Maud Irving. And of course, the Carter family also did a version of it in the 20s, the 1920s, somewhere between 1927 and 1929. They don't know exactly. And it was originally, and usually it's sung by a woman about a man who left her. But men wanted to sing the song too, so they changed the wording to make it more appropriate for a man to sing. And I changed it even a little more to also for that same reason. Okay, so here goes. She will twine, she will mingle her raven black hair with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, the myrtle so bright with its emerald hue, the pale amanita and hyssop so blue. She can dance, she can sing, and her laugh is so gay. She can charm every heart, every mind she can sway. I woke from my dream and my idol was clay. All portions of love and had just flown away. But she taught me to love her and promised to love and to cherish me over all others above. My poor heart is wondering, no misery can tell. She left with no warning, no word of farewell. Well, she told me to love her and call her my flower that was blooming to cheer me through life's dreary hour. I lived long enough to regret life's dark hour. She skipped out and left me this pale wildwood flower. That's it.
Thank you, Murray. And now we'll go hopping across the pond to Kathleen.
Yeah, I just remembered. Mike will probably be able to tell you more, but there was somebody that, at our club, Tony Hall, last week, and he sang a song that Murray sang, didn't he? We said we're going to tell you, but Mike will probably tell you when it's his turn. So even over here. Sorry?
Yeah. I can't remember.
It was the one. It was the tune to Loch Lomond, but it was called "Red Is the Rose," wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
that's the like the Irish version of the By the Banks of Loch Lomond. Yeah, red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, and green is the lily of the valley. Anyway, that's how it goes. Yes.
That's right. Yeah. So even over here, they're singing your songs, Murray.
Not my song.
Without even hearing you.
It originated over on the other side of the pond. So we're singing your songs.
Yeah. But it's funny because I happened to be sitting next to Mike last week, which I don't usually, and we both said, "Oh, that's one of Murray's songs." Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm going to sing where is it? I'm going to sing the song that I always think of. It's a John Prine song that I always think of when I get put after Jerry. I once knew a man who was going insane. He let love chase him right up a tree. They took the police and a fire truck to bring him back down. Oh, I hate it when that happens to me. It made the front page of the paper. The gossip tongues wagged, while they even showed it on the TV. Now if he should live forever, he won't live it down. Oh, I hate it when that happens to me. Dog bites man, man loses girl. What did he ever do wrong in this world? Dog bites man, man loses girl. What have I ever done wrong in this world? Well, there once was a big buzz all over town about a movie where the killer goes free. Now he's got everyone's sympathy. Oh, I hate it when that happens to me. Yes, I hate it when that happens to me.
Nice job, Kathy. Nice job.
All right, Lonnie.
Yes. I'm going to do a song on the keyboard, a nice quiet Irish tune called Sheweg Shemore. In Gaelic, it means big hill, small hill, and the song, I believe, refers to fairy mounds. Sheweg Shemore. Shimor.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay, Lenny. Mike Reeves, your turn.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I've tried not to repeat any songs. I've done a quick calculation. I think I've done about 250 songs in the 2.5 years we've been here. But this one I may have done before. It was printed before, so I must have done it, but I don't remember. It'd be a long time ago. There's another one we might try in the shanty crew sometime. Heave away, gotta earn your pay. Heave away, boys, heave away. Heave away, same as yesterday. Heave away, boys, heave away. Marty White loves a woman in the usual way. Heave away, boys, heave away. And whenever she sees him, she will always say, heave away, boys, heave away. Oh, me Marty, I've waited for you to return. Heave away, boys, heave away. So now I can spend all the money you've earned. Heave away, boys, heave away. And whenever they are happy, they will toll a bell. Heave away, boys, heave away. And whenever they are not, you can go to hell. Heave away, boys, heave away. Heave away now, me bullies to Mobile Bay. Heave away, boys, heave away. Where them pretty girls, when the girls look so pretty, so they've spent your pay. Heave away, boys, heave away. When I was a young man, I did my time. Heave away, boys, heave away. I would love all the girls, sometimes two at a time. Heave away, boys, heave away. Ah, but now I'm too old for to heave and to haul. Heave away, boys, heave away. I'd rather have a beer than be at sea at all. Heave away, boys, heave away. Heave away, boys.
You can do it.
Bob and Susan.
Hey, well, I know I repeat myself and I don't apologize. I only have so much room in here. And I know I've done this before, but Bob assures me it's been a long time. And I think the only person who'd know just how long ago it was would be Debbie, because sometimes she does this song too, and she's not here. So I'm going to sneak it in onto the wire. And besides, it goes with my lullaby theme. Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. When he finds out the things you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's nose, so crimson in the dark it glows. If you're not asleep when the boozers close, you'll get a belt from your dad. You look so scruffy lying there, strawberry jam tufts in your hair. In all the world you haven't a care, and me, I've got so many. It's quite a struggle every day, living on your father's pay, and the bugger drinks it all away and leaves me without any. Although we have no silver spoon, better days are coming soon. Now Nellie's working at the loom, and she gets paid on Friday. Perhaps someday we'll have a bash, if football pool provides the cash. We'll get a fine house in Naughty Ash and buy your dad a brewery. Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. When he finds out the things you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's face. You're growing up a real hard case, but there's no one else can take your place. Go fast asleep for your ma'am. Don't tell Debbie.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a song and I got from Bluegrass singer that we like very much, Lori Lewis. She did not write this one. Written by Kate Long, and she wanted you to know that it's not a sad song, it's more of a sentimental song. Called Who Will Watch the Home Place? Leaves are falling and turning to showers of gold as the postman climbs up our long hill. And there's sympathy written all over his face as he hands me a couple more bills. And who will watch the home place? Who will tend my heart's dear space? Who will fill the empty place when I am gone from here? And there's a lovely green nook by a clear running stream. It was my place when I was quite small. And its creatures and sounds could soothe my worst pains. But today, they don't ease me at all. And who will watch home place? Who will tend my heart's dear space? Who will fill my empty place when I am gone from here? In my grandfather's shed, there are hundreds of tools. I know them by feel and by name. And like parts of my body, they patch this old place. When I move them, they won't be the same. Who will watch the home place? Who will tend my heart's dear space? Who will fill my empty place when I am gone from here? Now I wander around, touching each blessed thing, the chimney, the table, the trees, and my memories swirl around me like birds on the wing. When I leave there, oh, who will I be? And who will watch the home place? Who will tend my heart's dear space? Who will fill my empty place when I am gone from here? Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Cover, 'cause you didn't want me to go. Well, since Bill hasn't been able to get back in with a mic that works, I guess it's my turn again. This is a song by Phil Oakes. It's a pretty song, but if you listen closely to the words, you realize it's a breakup song. It's called Changes. Sit by my side, come as close as the air, sharing a memory of gray, and wander in my words, dream about the pictures that I play of changes. Green leaves of summer turn red in the fall, to brown and to yellow they fade, and then they have to die, trapped within the circle time parade of changes. Scenes of my young years were warm in my mind, visions of shadows that shine, till one day I returned and found they were the victims of the violence of changes. The world spinning madly, it drifts in the dark, swings through a hollow of haze, a race around the stars, a journey through the universe ablaze with changes. Moments of magic will grow in the night. All fears of the forest are gone, but when the morning breaks, they're swept away by golden drops of dawn of changes. Passions will part to a strange melody, as fires will sometimes burn cold, like petals in the wind. We're puppets to the silver strings of soul of changes. Your tears will be trembling, now we're somewhere else. One last cup of wine we will pour, and I'll kiss you one more time, and leave you on the rolling river shores of changes. So sit by my side, come as close as the air, sharing a memory of gray, and wander in my words, dream about the pictures that I play of changes.
Nice job.
Yeah, Harvey.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Can I just say something? I messaged Bill and he said, this is what he said, still trying to fix his laptop audio, no mics, downloading updates, but still doesn't want to play. Could come back on mobile, but still fixing laptop. There's not much time left now. So I said to him, try mobile then, I'll tell Harvey that you're trying. So I thought maybe, I don't know whether Jerry's going to do another one. Perhaps he can come in after that if he can get in.
if he manages to get in, we'll certainly let him sing one. But
Yeah,
that was the second round, and so
yeah.
we're basically done unless Jerry wants to do one, as
Yeah.
he has in the past.
Yeah, come on, Jerry, do one.
I can do
Yeah.
that if you like.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, I want to wish a Chag Sameach, a happy holiday to those to whom it applies. And um, I hope I'll be back more regularly now that the holidays are over. Thankfully, I'm too old for this. This is the tune that was written. I've done everything before, so whatever, I give up. This is a tune that was written by Walter Davis. I really don't know who Walter Davis was, but it was written by Walter Davis back in 1940 and was later recorded by Lightnin' Hopkins and Etta James. But it was a favorite tune of Dave Van Ronk. Dave Van Ronk, many of you may be familiar with that name. Dave Van Ronk was a singer and guitar player who was a denizen of Greenwich Village back in the 1950s and 60s, and he was a huge bear of a fellow who was informally renamed the mayor of McDougal Street down in the village. He was a very major character in every way, and a lot of people, a lot of really good guitar players, learned from him. They took guitar lessons from him, and they hung around with him to try to figure out what he was doing, because he was one of the first white folky types that kind of got really turned on to country blues, to black country blues, and he was a really good finger picker. And this was one of his favorite tunes. Let's see. Come back, baby. Mama, please don't go. 'Cause the way I love you, you'll never know. So come back, baby. Let's talk it over one more time. I love you, baby. I'll tell the world I do. I don't want nobody else but you. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Well, I admit it, I was wrong. But don't you know, baby, you've been gone way too long. So come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. A long, long train, mean engineer, took my baby, left me standing here. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Now one of these days, and it won't be long, you're gonna look for me, child, and I'll be gone. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. If I could holler like a mountain jack, I'd go up on the mountain, call my baby back. Come back, baby. Let's talk it over one more time. Come back, baby. Mama, please don't go. 'Cause the way I love you, you'll never know. Come back, baby. Let's talk it over. I said, come back, baby. Let's talk it over. Come back, baby. Let's talk it over one more time.
I wish you put some emotion into that song, Jerry.
There you go. That's how I keep myself trimmed.
Oh, great finish.
Go back from Bill, and he said the download's taking too long, so he can't. Sorry, we'll come back next week.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see everybody next week.
Jerry, as far as Dave Van Ronk is concerned, I know one song that he used to do that I play. I know it secondhand because he taught it to Patrick Sky. And Patrick Sky put it on a record.
There you go.
It's called the St. Louis Tickle, and it took me about a year to figure it out.
He was a great picker, and he was a major character, like a major character, you know. And he lived in an apartment, a rent-controlled apartment in Greenwich Village on Barrow Street for about 60 years. And this apartment, I think, cost him like $75 a month. And I'm talking right into the 60s. It cost him $75 a month. And they had to pry him out of there when he died. You know, like he was not leaving that apartment. He was going to stay there until, you know, forever. But he was really a major influence on an awful lot of pickers. You know, like a lot of people that played. Christine Lavin.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Lavin was a person that studied with him a lot.
Yeah.
But there were others. The two guitar teachers of that sort that were sought out by the guys a little bit older than me. Like I caught him at the, you know, I was just beginning to get involved in this stuff when he was ebbing. Two guitar players were him and Reverend Gary Davis up in Harlem, you know, and a lot of really great players went to learn from him. You know, it was a whole thing there. You know, you went and you made your pilgrimage up to Harlem, and he played all these tunes, and you couldn't figure out what. I've looked at videos. I heard him play in person once when I lived in Philadelphia, and he was blind. Reverend Gary, or at least supposedly he was blind, but there were always these spectacular-looking women with him. So I really have to scratch my head and wonder, you know, was he really blind, or was he that blind? And I will tell you also, he played. Yeah, he played in standard tuning on the guitar, but I watched his hands and I could not figure out what kind of chords he was playing. He had fingerings. Nobody knows exactly what he did. I mean, it's just very, very interesting. But his guitar playing was like an orchestra. It really was. It was.
I think David Bromberg studied with him.
Yeah, David Bromberg, and I think Woody Mann studied with him, and Stefan Grossman studied with him. All these really fine fingerstyle guitar players went and made that pilgrimage to try to understand what the heck was this guy doing. And you know, they got a lecture. What would happen, I understand, is that they would sit in his apartment, and Davis was married. He had this wife, and he was an older man. And he would, these guys went up there, they wanted to learn to play the blues, you know, fingerstyle blues. And his wife was very religious. He was theoretically, at least he was a reverend. I mean, like theoretically he was blind too. His wife thought it was blasphemous to play the blues. That was the devil's music. And so when the wife would go into the kitchen, he would show somebody a blues thing, and then when she would come back, he'd be playing a gospel tune. You know? A major character, he really was. but spectacular.
I saw him play a few times because you remember Oscar Brand,
Sure.
the folk musician? Well, he used to put on a concert at Cooper Union Auditorium. You know, that's the one where Lincoln had a debate with Stephen Douglas way back before the Civil War.
No, Cooper Union is where Lincoln made a speech. The debates with Douglas were out in Illinois.
Oh, all right. Anyway, yeah. So what Oscar Brand would do was make a concert, folk music concert there in Cooper Union every day around Lincoln's birthday, February the 12th, whatever. And one of the guest artists was usually Oscar Brand, not Oscar Brand. One of the guest artists was Dave Van Ronk. And but as far as I remember, almost every time that I saw him, he always played this song, this crazy song about one meatball.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was a very.
Yeah, I do that song.
You know what he did all the time? Also, he did the Joni Mitchell tune, "Both Sides Now," and it was so anomalous. It made it was like the first time I heard it, I went, "That's really weird." You know, he had this funky, gruff voice, but it worked. I mean, it worked.
It would break your heart. It was so
Right,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the song he did about all the strange names of cities in New Jersey.
He was just a very unique guy, and he really did. He was kind of an tutored ethnomusicologist. You know, like he unearthed all this stuff, and then a lot of people got turned on to it. But he was really in the same way. I've been very fortunate. I was very fortunate to spend a fair amount of time over the years playing with Roger Sprung. I don't know if you know that name. Roger Sprung is a wonderful banjo player, wonderful bluegrass banjo player, who really brought bluegrass and old-timey music to the New York metropolitan area, to the Northeast. And it's the same thing with Dave Van Ronk. You know, like these guys were explorers at the time, you know, who went down to these places and figured out what these people were doing and brought it back. And again, I'm 71 now, so I caught the tail end of that kind of stuff going on in the Village, in Washington Square, and that kind of stuff. I caught the last piece of it, but you know, they're owed a tremendous debt of gratitude by the folk music community, because this stuff might never have been exposed to Northeastern folks. You know, I mean, had they not brought it along, and it just so happened that they were great players too, you know. So in the case of Roger Sprung, Eric Darling studied with Roger Sprung, Bob Conroy. Many of you in the New York area know Bob Conroy. All kinds of the guys from the Kingston Trio all studied with Roger Sprung. You know, he was kind of ubiquitous in the same way that Dave Van Ronk was. Like he was a colossus standing in the middle of Washington Square, and all these people would come and show up and try to figure out what they were doing. The Greenbrier Boys ended up learning from Roger Sprung. You know, it was just one of those great things. Really great.
We'll see everybody next week.
Yeah, I'm going to go get dressed for the synagogue. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.